Right, welcome to episode 51, I believe we're up to. Yeah, to episode 51 of Kael's Eternity, where, honestly, like, if I just go to here, like, this really is not producing enough power anymore. Like, sure, it might seem like it's doing a lot, like, 11k a tick, but main problem, though, is, like, this is my actual production rate. And I literally cannot run my systems at full scale like this. So, so today I'm gonna be making a fission reactor setup, which will be going over here, where I marked out just before setting up the recording. So then I can place the whole reactor in a single chunk, and then on the other side, relative to where I'm standing, I'm gonna have, well, maybe not the other side actually. Might do is like other side for now, and as I'm able to expand it, and then like change shit underneath. But I'm basically gonna have like all along here the machines needed to basically like produce the fissile material, or fissile fuel rather, to actually power the reactor. And yeah, also over the last couple of days, all I've been feeling like doing is just grinding down the quarry. So I've been doing that, but I took off the life mending from the Hatch of Eternity to put onto Eternity's Grasp. So now, if I do this, Eternity's Grasp now has life mending too, because like I literally burned through an insane amount of food. Like I literally had, it was like what, well over 500 cooked pillager meat alone, and I literally blew through it all in like what, about half an hour. But I now got some vinegar because I had like a shit ton of apples I could use, and I'm actually also going smart. And do I have? Okay, so I got golden apples, which I don't think golden apples. Nah, golden apples can't turn into it. Right, I'm going smart because I want to be able to get apples basically whenever I want. So I'm actually going to be smart and EMC an apple crate, and delete that. So now it's just learned but not actually stored. Cause, right, with an apple, if I find the right page, I actually discovered this one yesterday, but with an apple and a pot, I can make vinegar. And of course, I can then use vinegar as just really cheap, easy way to turn, like, kickstart healing, which of course in turn allows me to, you know, actually repair the Eternity's Grasp. Now, where I've been working though is, at first I was working here, and it's like, but hang on, I was close to the coast, wasn't I? And then looked around, rediscovered the new quarry turn location, which, if I jump to the quarry, and can't remember which episode it was that I last showed this one off in, but it was literally like basically like this level here maybe. So all down there, I basically cleared down the last couple of days. Right? But if I bleed off some momentum and height, I've also begun basically slowly racking up to invade my ability so I can actually delete all here. And I'm slowly coming down. And the plan is that once I get all of this turned down to bedrock, I can then... What the hell are you? Ah. It's trapped. And the idea is that once I get this all the way down to bedrock, which this probably won't actually make it to bedrock, but once it's like fully in the middle, I'll then bring these down to like just 1 block steps, going all the way around to here, and then of course just bring the rest of the steps down all the way to bedrock again, which yes, technically will work, but it'll look way better. Now you'll notice that I've got 2 different types of 2 different types of wall material here, because I've got limestone on 2 walls, but then I've started with calcite on another. The calcite I picked because it's not limestone. Right? The idea is that as I turn and bring this down, right, I can then carve away the calcite until this is all just basically going down cleanly, right, on the same angle as this. So instead of a, I don't know, freaking like what, freaking 22-degree angle or whatever it is, instead of being on a 45-degree angle. And then once this actually hits bedrock, going at the 45-degree angle, I can then push out by 1 block both ways, which then results in this getting basically pushed out at each level, and yeah, eventually it'll probably end up... Hang on, I can go another... Oh, bloody hell. Turns out I freaking miscalculated the position of the quarry again. So I can literally go a whole extra turn chunky. Oh, well, that'll be the first expansion then. I saw a lot of zombies over there. Oh, okay, I see why you did now. Yeah, it's because up there there's literally water on this in this chunky, so yeah. And of course, it only comes down as far as this because following the line here. Right, so let's say that's the marker, right? Down here is where the entire quote-unquote front, or whichever way you consider Biltmore House has its front, which I consider the north face to be the front in this configuration. But this level here is actually going to be the edge of the quarry. So eventually, I will actually have to start changing how I design this, purely as a means of making it so it doesn't look like there's just giant ass freaking hole here from the perspective of the manor. Now, could I technically say, I know, like, jump up here and, like, I don't know, go, like, say here and just delete all this to try and make a quarry? Yeah, but I've already started doing it over here, so, you know, over here is where it'll happen. But it'll be 1 block going out to the north and west each time. And yeah. Now, I'm going to kill this guy before I go back to the workshop. Because I want to see if I can get anything off this guy. Now, I was being really careful with turning with actually um with turning killing that guy, because I found out, unfortunately, the hard way, that if, for example, a pillager like was apparently like hiding somewhere there, right, dies due to fire damage, even if you're the one that set it on fire, it'll still just die and not even drop his body, which is really annoying. I did just consider to give myself instant damage to repair my pick some more, but yeah, I do have some uranium, some uranium ore set up and ready to go. I just have to wait for the iron slurry to be processed, which of course is waiting on clean iron slurry to be processed, which is when iron crystals to be processed, which of course is waiting on osmium and iron crystals to be processed, but mainly osmium crystals and osmium shards, which of course in turn are waiting on flint. Now I'm also working on getting some flint, and looks like, okay, cool, so both 16Ks, nice. 1 sec, let's see now. Right, cool. So, right. So I can't do that many yet. Although, I do have the means to be able to set that up. Right. Let's see if we can do 3. Nope. Not enough net. 10 in a 16K to be able to do that. Yeah. Let me have a look actually. Right. Now also, hang on, wrong one. Right. Pretty sure I can do 16. Yep. Now I've also got basically an endless loop of cobble deep slate and sand going now, because while I was working over the last few days, I also added a Mark 1 condenser, because that's honestly all I'm going to even end up needing, along with a hidden pattern provider which only makes 10 cobble deep slate with 20 sand. Right, so it's literally a bulk recipe. Now eventually I will upgrade this to a Mark 2, but for now, you know, as you can see, it works out pretty well. And I've been slowly working through the like logs I've got. Unfortunately, it has also necessitated me, like, you know, upgrading the essentially the storage, really. And I can also make these a little bit more condensed. One sec. Right. That's condensed, that can go. I'm liking the fact that it's like hitting the maximum item count storage in the 16Ks now. Because that means it's just temporary overflow. Yeah. Goes in. And why are you flickering? Let's do that. Now I also went ahead not too long ago, like specifically today, and haven't done it for here yet, but for the rest of these, I now actually have them all up to 16Ks, which will be very helpful in the near future, because yeah, I'm starting to need bigger and bigger orders. Yeah, sick. No, not 900. 200 I can do. Oh, okay. This is 1,000, no? Okay, so I can do up to 300. Nice. I also got a couple of new books as well, but haven't been able to upgrade my gear yet. And yeah, also haven't quite gotten the the required enchantment levels to do the infusion enchanting yet. But I am slowly getting there. It's just taking a bunch of ore, that's all. Now, first off, I need the reactor casings. Shit. I got if I can deal with lead first. Okay. Right, so it looks like I can't really do much yet. Just tick spread at 3,000 seconds. Which should be about 50 minutes, I think. There's 3,000 divided by 60. Let's see. 30 by 6 should be 500. I'm not sure what will that be. I'm just gonna roast one and use my calculator. I can also double check my math then too. So 3,000 divided by 60. Oh, I was off by a factor of 10. So it's literally 50 minutes. So a little bit under an hour. Thousand. Now, why are you not completing for? I think these ones might be glitched. Fuck's sake. Oh well. However, that does allow me to now make the final 16k to upgrade the last of the 4ks. Now, let's go down, pop, and just craft into another 16k, just, you know, basically for the hell of it. Just trying to think of what I can do while we're waiting on more flint. Because I've got 0 flint on me right now. Although I can do this. Or not. Just go wait for one of these to turn finish. Probably going to be this one actually, especially if I suspend the others above it. Screw also turn and do the others below it as well, because that way these will definitely be the ones that get done. Go 300 seconds. So I'll get this almost down, but not quite all the way. Actually, I'll resume that, because then even when it does happen, it'll be perfectly fine. There'll be a lot of tick sprinting today, unfortunately. Mostly today I've been literally just simply grinding away at the quarry, so... A little bit more. There we go. Yeah, just go wait for that to be all done, and yeah. We don't have much use for Grains of Infinity outside of like making capacitors, but we won't need that many capacitors. Right now though, it's mainly just a waiting game, unfortunately. So let's go tick sprint a day. Is relatively quickly going down now. Wait for this one to start being worked on now. Do a 2-day one this time. Which I know is smart. And just for now. Alright, I'll just turn it off then. And temporarily mute the game, and there's no just absolutely blasting when you just like rapid fire dog sounds. Okay, cool. So once these all turn to cobble, it'll then basically be ready to pretty much exclusively use this sag mill here. Because while the game is sprinting, I gotta keep it muted, and it's not absolutely just like constantly flooding the turned audio track with just basic dog idle sounds. Do another 1 day, because I have about 1,000 to go. Alright. So hopefully once these start just purely grinding cobble, then this will get polished off, and yeah, I'll then be able to turn my focus to other stuff. Right, there we go, and the tick sprint's done. Nice. Yeah. Turn the sound back on. And since we now have a 16k free, I can now order another 12,000. Can't quite make 12,000 yet, sorry. Right, so I can do up to 5,000. Nice. Right, just gotta wait for that to, all drain into there. So I did just realize I could technically make it even faster, but then again, we'll also need 2 stacks. I think. Yeah, we need 2 stacks of sand to make. 4 stacks, sorry, of sand to make 2 stacks of cobble deep slate, because it'd be 200 sand, 100 cobble deep slate. And of course, that's. Yeah. Oh, that'll tend to slowly fill up anyway. Alright. Gonna have to turn mute again because I'm gonna tick sprint once more. And give it a day. And I'm also just going smart. And I'm just going to order 1,000 as well. Hang on. Yeah, thought I turned messed it up. Alright. 5,000 view. So, making all these again. So then, this will slowly get, all my turn consumed. Just gotta wait for that to all get, slowly turn filtered in. And then, of course, it's like that. I can now do 2,000. And I'm not going to tick sprint for a little bit now because I need to find and check the wares of. If I can freaking work out whereabouts he is. I think I know where he is. Yep. And it doesn't have anything that really helps me. Oh well. Alright. Now, let me go back up. Because I'm really hoping I can get, I think it's Arachnid Sphere, I believe it is. I know, like, please sorry. I know it's one of his enchanted gear, I'm pretty sure it's one of his enchanted gear, rolls actually has life mending on it. So I'd be able to get the grass possibly up to life mending 3 if it gives you life mending 2. Or if it just gives me 1, then I can put that back onto the Hatch of Eternity. But either way though, it'll be like a lot better for, basically like my ability to repair my gear. Now, in the meantime, because this does actually need a way to, like, be able to, like, actually refill the general system. There we go. And that's some flint into the purifying factory, which means I'm now finally processing the osmium again. And I have a shit ton of osmium to go through. Alright, cool. So, that's some uranium done. I'm gonna have to wait though, because I need to get the lead out as well. once this clears, I can then put the remaining iron in, take up that slot, which of course now that allows me to start processing the uranium. Once that goes down enough, that'll consume the next block. It's about 300 of total uranium to go through. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, literally freaking like 5 stacks of osmium have to be processed before I can actually even consider throwing the block of raw lead in there, or blocks of raw lead rather. And I got a tiny bit of flint on me, so I'll throw that in. And yeah, while I'm thinking of it, bring down the amount of stored items that way. Process a bunch of osmium ingots into blocks. And okay, so it's not sort of hoppering in. Alright, so now we're just gonna wait for one of my 12 CPUs to become free, and then yeah, once that happens, I can then go ahead and, you know, finally order something else. Which, honestly, in all honesty, might literally just be like, I don't know, like simply ordering more coal or something. Actually, while I'm thinking of it, I've also been working on getting some EMC links, although I do need to make some more dark matter blocks, because I need a total of 4 EMC links, all of which have to be at not level 3, but hopefully stays in the same position. So I need 4 final EMC links to be able to make the transportation interface, which will then allow me to basically, you know, grab these directly, right? Which mainly is going to make grabbing obsidian, skystone. I'm not sure once I have skystone blocks and EMC'd for. Throw that in there. Mainly make getting string, endstone, eggs, logs, kind of amethyst shards. Not really sure why I have amethyst pattern though, or EMC'd rather. That's Enderman Gateway. Socketing. So what did I have it for? Piercing. Me. Clean that up the list here a little bit while I'm at it. And also going to be using rose bushes to make, if I can find the thingy for it, thorns, because, you know, interesting. So thorns 3 effectively cost less than that, making that Thorns 1 or 2 books and then combining to make Thorns 3. Very interesting. But yeah, this is basically just gonna be like a slow burn type thing for a while, I think. I also want to put in all the fluorite, bring out 9 fluorite, dis-EMC it. Yeah, screw it. Store blocks of fluorite, and that way I can just feed them directly into the system, and yeah. And if I need fluorite dust, I can then just order a whole shit ton of it. But hay bales are going to be another thing that I'll really want to have during EMC, because block of biofuel, you get 2 from one singular hay bale. And of course this makes a nice compact system. Just need to get out from underneath these cables now. Alright, put you up in there. Right, you have to turn it like this then. There we go. I'm pretty sure I did see some more over here. Apparently not. Oh well. Yeah. Really nothing to do now really here, but just wait basically. Just gotta wait for that to be all processed down. I'm hovering here because once he hits 640, I'm going to just gotta drag them all down. Like so. And then that gives me 320 copper deep slate. I should kind of need now to just make more freaking cobble at this point. Alright, so gravel. Let's just straight up make as much as I can of gravel. Ice, that's 64, which means that'd be 16. Yep, called it. So with blue ice, I'll then be able to use that to cool down probably a chest with a heat frame on it, and over time the blue ice will then get turned into packed ice, which then slowly turns into just ice, and ice proceeds to melt ice proceeds to turn melt into really water, even though it says air. But yeah, basically ice then turns into air slash water, and then even though it says air, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to turn to show water. And then once that takes enough turn heat, which might not actually, because 27 degrees versus -10. So yeah, so basically once the ice melts into water, then a new blue ice will get placed. So yeah. Okay. Oh. Alright. That's because that's gotta be packed ice, that's why. And slowly turning all my snow into ice as well, which, you know, will eventually help me out. Pretty big deal. Now, ironically enough, I've actually got my soaring factory practically working overtime, because it's got 4 lots just processing all oak planks, and then there's also sticks coming down the line as well, because I've got a bunch, as you can see each time I come into the crafting CPUs here, I've got a bunch of orders for just sawdust, because sawdust I can then simply order into charcoal, and yeah, they'll slowly be turned into coal, which of course will then help me make not only the EMC links but also the client style zone I need. Let's do 233 there. Once that goes empty, I can then hit cancel, and the ones that are already in the enrichment chamber will just simply just filter right on through. I'm actually kind of impressed at how far down it's actually going though. There we go. Now, I have 5,400. That's at least 500. 6. Alright, so 167 down. Alright, let's do that. Alright, 680. And surprisingly, I actually have one free. Nice. Now, I need some more addables. So, adder. And I'm doing it one by one right now, just for the sake of simplicity, essentially. And also because if I happens to need to make more, they can get a little bit, what's the word, complicated. Like, once this finishes, like right now, going to dark matter, and that's how much I need to make. So I'm just gonna let the charcoal production just simply run its course, basically. Now that's still processing down all of those, so let's help things along a little bit. So I do actually kind of need, you know, for these to, like, you know, actually get processed. All of this just so I can freaking finally process some lead to able to then start on the reactor. And it's starting to look like it might be an episode 52 job. that's just gravel. And that's making cobble. That's processing gravel. Good. Soon the gravel will begin like actually overflowing into the ME system proper. While I'm thinking of it. See how much can I make out of this. Alright, so I can do up to 5,000. Nice. Now the reason why I'm doing 2 lots now of 5,000 just cobble is because I actually want to try and bring down the stored cobble deep slate. Because I've got the leashes, I just need the cobble. So I can make it more stacked cobble. And because the idea is that over time I'll now be able to just slowly grind down all the stored cobble. And of course, not quite sure if I end up making more sand per cobble deep slate than 2. But I'm kind of relying on the fact that it's not a guarantee. So then I can actually make it so like technically I'm using up sand. Plus, as an added bonus, when I actually find it, I am also slowly just grinding up sand as well with a basically 1 in 2 chance to actually make silicon. And of course I also need to add some more Excel cards to the rest of these here so I can make that all run at maximum speed too. But for now though, yeah, that's basically about it for what I can really do at the current instant. Just because, I reckon waiting on so much damn flint. So much flint to get. I'm not sure why I thought it was a bright idea to just put all the logs through my sawmill. Because that's why so many of these are turning city on red, because just the sheer freaking amount of like freaking sticks and planks I've got. Like, literally about half of this is literally just planks. It's freaking insane. Yeah, I also haven't done any more work on the mana part yet. Actually, don't have any lubricant though. Yep. But I do have some diesel. Right. Let's see if I can make manually. Not quite. I was hoping I could manually produce a what do you call it? A thermo plant, but not quite, unfortunately. Oh well. So that's slowly processing. Since that's all full now, I might be able to get away with doing this. Doesn't look like it's going down. Is it going down here though? Nope. And in fact, the steam's still going up. Nice. So I can actually handle having another upgrade on that then. Alright, now let's test this. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to probably cut the episode here, even though I didn't actually get to do what I was hoping to do today. So now it's actually producing more. Oy vey. And it's also not actually filling up here yet. Alright, let's tick sprint 300 seconds and see which way it trends. Okay, so it's still trending up a little bit. Oh, there it goes. Just boom. So freaking greedy cup. Alright. Now. Now I've got one free, I can actually do this. Now literally just gotta wait for this to, you know, get popped. I think there should be enough pressure in that the turn. Yeah, it's got enough pressure, so we literally adjust down to the speed then. There we go. One. And two. And of course, missing stone. But why don't I have stone patterned? Oh. Right, so don't actually have pattern provider for that yet. Let's fix that, shall we? Okay, it's coming back around again then. Or just, you know, absolutely freaking fail. Rachel's also going smart. Got to that. Then I can do this, and then input output. The import bus just brings in everything. Like this is now actually faster. Hang on, I can make it freaking and then I just need a logic processor for that. Give it a moment. You'll see an ME import export bus. I can now literally automate certain, you know, basically like getting certain, certain items to be just automatically cooked. Just go about like what? few days ago now. Took me a little bit to get the hole in it, turn the like a handle on them too, but yeah, once it did, it wasn't too bad. Yeah. Then do that. It actually feels kind of good to be recording again, though. Why are you not? Ah, that's why. Let's break open one of these and just make it run. Why is it still freaking doing that? Alright, fine. We'll straight up cook it then. Now, I now have stone. And there we go. Now, pretty sure. So I don't actually have a pattern over here, so. Right. So diesel becomes lubricant with the addition of redstone dust. So get an import-export bus again. I'm just going smart because I need them surprising amount. Do this. Actually, put that there so that clears that one again. And import export bus. Why exactly is like, you know, straight up like, you know, acting like I don't actually have any cobble at all? I have no idea. Because I'm pretty sure, right, not 100%, but I'm pretty confident that at the very least, I don't actually have anything set up so, you know, just automatically push out any cobble I might have. So I don't know what's going on there. Let's that. Right, and let's just do coal. 1288 there. Let's see what happens if I do that. Okay. Weird. Whatever. Oh, okay, I don't know why. I think it's because now I've got some turn scheduled cobble. Yeah. Matter, I need. Alright, let's just do this. All my charcoal, or my sawdust rather. That and that. That can now make another 2 blocks. So now I just need to make another 4 dark matter, and then I can make this. So, yeah, still a ways to go, but I'm slowly getting there. Let's see how much I can drain this. Apparently not much. Alright. While I'm thinking of it. Do I need heat for this? Yes, yes I do. Okay. So that means... do I need pressure? No. Yeah, I'll probably get pressure anyway. At the very least, I need... I think Revolution Island's got freaking music playing again. Even though it should be off. Yeah. Okay. No idea where the hell the freaking sound's coming from. Like, literally, there's nothing that should, like, just as suddenly as Tony Stars just vanishes. Alright, yeah, what's the best way to do this? Let's go like this. So it gives me the heat. And of course I need to get some more kibbers. And then I might cut the episode here and I'll start recording episode 52 basically right after.